Hey guys, this is Top Archelon, and as promised, this is a guide for the abandoned floors in Dungeoneering. In the background, you can see me doing an abandoned floor, and I recommend sticking around for the end because the boss fight is a really close fight and it's pretty cool. So in this guide, I will give you a list of all of the monsters in the abandoned floors. I will give you a list of all the bosses in the abandoned floors and on which floors and above you can encounter them. And I will also give tips and information on all of the bosses. So, here is a list of monsters in the abandoned floors. There's the animated pickaxe, which uses melee, the dungeon spider, which uses melee and is poisonous, an earth warrior, which uses melee, a giant bat, which uses melee, a green dragon, which uses dragon fire and melee, but those are extremely rare, I've never encountered one, a giant skeleton, which uses melee, kill giant, which uses melee, hobgoblin, which uses melee, a skeleton, which uses melee, zombies, which use ranged or melee, and one zombie can't use ranged and melee, it will use either or, so if it's high level, you can always protect. It's not going to use both in one fight. Cave slime, which are poisonous and are members only. Crawling hand, which requires 5 slayer and is members only. A jelly, which requires 52 slayer and is members only. And then a night spider, which requires no slayer and I'm pretty sure is poisonous and is members only. So, the abandoned floors are actually split into 2 parts. Abandoned Floors 1 and Abandoned Floors 2. So there are 2 bosses that can only be found in the Abandoned Floors 2. So up till then you won't encounter them. So these are the bosses. You can encounter a Bulwark Beast in the Abandoned Floors that are floor 12 and above. A Hobgoblin Geomancer in the abandoned floors that are level 12 or above. A Skeletal Horde can be found in the abandoned floors level 12 and above. An Unholy Curse Bearer can be found in the abandoned floors level 15 and above. And then Balak the Pummeler can only be found in the abandoned floors 2, and so it'll be a big skip in the floor level, and it can only be found 30 plus. Saddle Forger Balak the Pummeler can only be found floor 33 plus, and Saddle for Illican Kazin, I don't know how to say that, is floor 30 plus, and can also only be found in set 2. So those are the bosses, and now I'm going to give each one in more detail. So the Bulwark Beast. The first time you encounter a Bulwark Beast, you'll see it's extremely large, and if you go into the room, you'll see that it has this thing on the top of your screen that says Bulwark Beast's Armor, and the way to reduce the armor is to use a pickaxe. So the armor basically reduces all incoming damage to 0 unless it is completely destroyed, and incoming melee damage. And so to destroy that, you want to bring a pickaxe with you. The better the pickaxe, the faster it will go down. And once it is down, you can just use your normal weapon and start killing it that way. But until that armor is down, you cannot do any melee damage to it. And it is very resistant to magic and rain, so unless those skills are much higher than your strength or attack, I recommend meleeing it. And then there's the Hobgoblin Geomancer. It uses mage and it teleports around the room. Actually, if you finish watching this video, this is the boss that I find. And it is pretty hard. It's extremely magic resistant, which was hard for me because I'm a mage, and I didn't really know that, so I almost died. So even though it's a mage, it's better to melee it than use magic against it. Even though it teleports around, it can stun you and it can turn off your protection prayers, for a limited amount of time. So the skeletal horde, you'll find in a room with a little person in it, and there'll be a platform. So this is much easier if you can range or melee, because basically what you have to do, there'll be skeletons coming out of the walls, and you have to kill them with, you have to kill them. And the person that's next to you will kill you as long as you're on the platform, and the skeletons coming out of the walls aren't far enough to, are close enough so that you can mage or range them from the platform, so you'll be constantly being healed, which makes it a much easier fight. And if you have to melee, then you'll probably want to go up, kill a few skeletons, and then run back to the platform to get to full health again. And also the little person in the room will once in a while say something like, the door at the opening is weakening, bring it down, and things like that. And when they say something, then you know to run to one of the little openings that the skeletons are coming out of, and close it up, and then skeletons won't be able to come out. So once you close all of those, then no more skeletons will be coming out, and you just have to talk to that person, and then you'll finish the dungeon. And yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, one last thing. If you open that door, well, I mean, if you try to close a passageway, and if they haven't said that it is weakened, then you'll take damage and you'll not destroy it. And so now we have come to the Unholy Cursebearer. It's not an extremely hard boss. It doesn't have that many special attacks that I can think of. And I don't think that there's anything really special about it. It's not one of the harder bosses. You basically go into a room. Oh, there's one special thing about it. You might not think it's a boss because it's an oddly shaped boss room. It's not the shape of a normal room where it's a giant square. Instead, it's like a little small room that has almost no space. So the Unholy Cursebearer, if you have it as a boss, you shouldn't be that worried. It's not going to be that hard of a fight. Balak the Pummeler and Saddle Forger Ilhalkazin. I have not fought them yet, but I'm pretty close to fighting them. So when I do get to the required level to fight them, I will definitely make another video and to get more information about them. Out of these bosses, I would say the Bulwark Beast or the Hobgoblin Geomancer is the hardest of the ones I've done, which is not including the Balak the Pummeler and Saddle Forger Ilklanhazen. I am actually a really strong mage, which is why you see me maging the boss right now instead of meleeing or ranging it. And so that is why the Skeletal Horde is made really easy for me. Otherwise, it would be pretty hard. Also, if you're in a team fight with the Skeletal Horde, it can be made a lot harder because the skeletons are now much higher level than have higher defense. Excuse me. And if you have a teammate that hasn't done it before, make sure he's attacking the skeletons, because if you don't, they will build up and it becomes almost impossible to kill them. So I recommend to keep watching this video because this boss fight is actually really close. I think the closest boss fight I've ever done. And so a few other things. If this video helped you, please like it, or comment on it, or favorite it, or subscribe to me, because that'll do two things. It'll get the video more views, so more people will be able to see it, and that's good if you actually if it actually helped you. Also, it will give me an idea of what type of videos you guys want. If you want guide videos like this one, or some of my previous videos, like my PK video and informatory videos about updates. So I hope you guys really like this video. Also, one last thing. If this video receives 15 likes, I know that's an extremely small amount, but I'm new to YouTube, so that's actually a lot for me. So if this video receives 15 likes, I will go into a detailed guide on every single boss that can be found in the abandoned floors. So that means I will pretty much 1 or 2 days after it receives 15 likes, I'll make a video on the first 4 bosses. And if I have reached Balak the Pummeler and Saddleforzer Ilkenhazen, then I will do guides on them, and if not, I will do them in a little bit. Also, if it receives 30 likes, then I will make a separate video where people can just comment. Everyone can comment on which guide they want, and I'll do it just for them. Look at how close this is. It's crazy. Okay, 1 damage, and I had 77 health remaining. So yeah, I hope this really helped you guys, and like for benefits and like new videos that are cool, and it'll help me know what type of guides to make in the future. Okay, thanks for watching.